think I joined because of a piece in the annals about it, like maybe 4 years ago. And I saw the name of this club and I was like, oh, that sounds really interesting. Like North Korean students at Yonsei, I had no idea.
Hello, my name is Juho Lee. I'm an international studies major in the class of 17 and I'm the president of Tongil Hanmadang.
Oh, hi, my name is Jessica McLaury and I am a 17.5, a CLC major at UIC, and I was the vice president of Tongil Hanmadang and also the Tongil, what do you call it in English?
Scribe.
Yeah.
Our club is what one would call a 중앙 동아리, a central club of Yonsei, and we focus on getting to know North Korea better and learning about North Korea. And it's a place where people of very different nationalities and backgrounds can come together without judgment and learn to be friends and get along with one another.
Yeah, and you get to like kind of learn a more nuanced take, or almost a more personal take about North Korea, differently than like maybe what you would learn in class or like learn through the media. Well, he already like did a very good job of introducing our club, but yeah, like he said, our club is part of like the central club 중앙 동아리 like commission, which means like our club's been around for a long time. I think like 13 or 15 years. It's been since 2003, and
it's more than 30 members. Well, in addition to everything I said about us being a place where people of very different backgrounds can come together to be friends and learn about each other, we're generally a very chill club as well. Attendance isn't mandatory or anything like that, right? So people participate of their own accord, which I think is one of the strongest, selling points, let's say, of our club. We achieve a very nice balance between what one might think is quite fairly academic work and just chilling out. We have sessions where we just chill, but then we also have sessions when we invite guest speakers to come to our sessions and talk to us about their profession and what they've been doing vis-a-vis North Korea and stuff like that, what they think about North Korea.
Yeah, I think one of the strongest points of the club is like the social atmosphere, because yeah, like you said, there's like the whole academic side of it, but it's also like it's a really good place to meet new people. Everyone's quite friendly. We get a lot of exchange students that join our club. We have a lot of Korean students, and then some of our club members are like defectors from North Korea, and so it's like a really great big kind of community for everyone to get together and like have new perspectives, but also like just chill, make friends, and be fun. I guess so the name of the club is Tongil Hanmadang, and Tongil means reunification. So I think at the club's inception, it was during a time in Korea where there was like a lot of hope and a lot of like new interaction between North and South, like families meeting each other, etc. So I think like at the beginning of the club, the name Tongil, reunification, really reflected the spirit of the era. Whereas like nowadays, we still try and have that kind of like spirit, but also like we don't want to seem, because Tongil, the concept has become very politicized in the recent years. So like we're also trying to find a balance where like we're not trying to be an overtly political club with an agenda, right? But we're still trying to take that 2003 reunification spirit and like still make it live on in like the 2020 era.
I would say that originally when our club was founded, it had a very explicit purpose in mind. The founding professor, let's say, the professor who was there from the beginning, when they first started doing club activities and stuff like that, originally when he first started doing it, most of our club members were originally from North Korea, and it probably back then felt almost like a North Korea exclusive club, but then through the years it kind of developed into even more than a place where North Koreans can come together. Our club's message or goal has become even more broad. It doesn't only concern, although it does still primarily concern like studying North Korea and learning about North Korea, it's just say beacon of hope and prosperity and peace for everyone to emulate, I would say.
Yeah, that's a good point to bring that up. I think like we really generate something special through the fact that like our club still has that chill atmosphere, but also we talk about really important topics, right? Like kind of tough to talk about topics at times, like, you know, escaping North Korea, or like stories of like, you know, human rights abuses in North Korea. We discuss this, and like I think like some of the most special memories I've had in Korea have come through this club. Back when we used to have MTs, before Corona happened, like everyone was like all social and having a good time. But then everything, like, I don't know, like we were all having a conversation at 3 a.m. about like one of our members, her escape story from North Korea, and everyone was just like really intently listening. So like we have such a good mix of like learning about, you know, these deep human experiences from other people, but also just like having fun and being college students, and you can learn that like you can mix those things together very easily.
The greatest selling point of our club will be it's very heterogeneous, very chill, laid back, very accepting atmosphere. Our club is almost a judgment-free zone, I would say. Everyone's so nice, and we're almost like a big family. I know clubs say that about themselves all the time, but then we're actually the real deal. We are actually a big family, and anyone of any background is welcome here. Our club during COVID, we have tried to be as active as possible through Zoom. And let me give you just a few specific examples of how we do that. Just note that because of COVID, we're not doing as many activities as we would usually. So for example, we can't hang out together and stuff like that anymore. But then we still try to come together as often as possible through Zoom. And one way we do that is through the passion of our members, let's say. And a lot of them are very passionate about the club, and I really commend them for that, and I'm thankful about that to them. The second way we get people to participate will be by giving a lot of prizes and stuff like that during club activities. I think that's a very effective way of making a lot of people participate in the age of COVID. And our club strikes a good balance between the two. So our current club activities include just like big raffle events during like club activities, to like more intense debates about North Korea. And you know, at the end of that spectrum or that scale, we have guest speakers who come and talk to us as well.
But yeah, basically before the pandemic, I like it was kind of similar to what it is now, just offline. So we'd meet in our club room, which is in Luce Chapel on campus.
Right over there.
Yeah, it's quite nearby where we are right now. And like, yeah, we'll just all sit together, we'll have some snacks, and then we'll talk a little bit before the session starts. And usually we'll have a presentation or a guest speaker come in, and we'll talk about like a specific topic for the day. Like for example, in the past, we've had someone from the UN Human Rights Commission of Korea come in, and Juho translated. Thank you so much, that was very helpful. Yeah, so like kind of things like that. We've had joint sessions with other like reunification clubs from other universities. There's actually a lot more like North Korea related clubs at different schools in Seoul than you'd expect. Have other clubs come and we'll debate about like a book or a concept or something like that. So yeah, like it's academic.
It's a good blend of academics and also just chilling out and hanging out, I think.
Yeah.
And that's been how we've done activities throughout both the pre-COVID era and the COVID era.
Kind of in like a seminar format,
yeah.
I feel like, yeah.
So I guess everyone joins our club for very different reasons, right? Some people just join it because they want to write something on their resume, which is 100% fine. Some people join our club because they just want to hang out and get along with people, which is also 100% fine. We try to accommodate, you know, people with that type of goal in mind as much as possible. For people who want, you know, more academic discussions, let's say, and stuff like that, we also have programs for those things as well, right? We do activities that are fairly academic. We try to strike a balance between different objectives, different goals, and different activities.
Going back to how the club can change from like administration to administration, I think like, yeah, the activities that we do also tend to reflect just the kind of general atmosphere of the members. So like, for example, when I first joined, it was a bit more political, and we had like a few more like North Korean students in the actual club. So like, yeah, it tended to be a little bit more academic and political maybe. But then last year in 2020, we had some new members, and like the atmosphere was a little more, like a little less political and a little bit more cultural. So like we had North Korean like cooking sessions where we all made food together on Zoom and stuff. So yeah, I guess like the administration also kind of takes a look at like maybe what people are like more likely to react to and what they would want to like come to the club to do, and then also take that into account.
Yeah.
I don't know, just that concept of, if you think about what reunification means, right? It's like the coming together after something was separated,
Yes.
right? And so I think like, that was kind of the theme all throughout like the inception of the club, right? Bringing people together, whether it's like North Korean students who all want to gather and talk about, their experiences in a safe place, right? Or gathering, exchange students and like different nationalities together to like learn more about it. I think, I hate to sound like a literature major, but I think like the meaning of reunification will have an even greater like meaning after COVID is over and the club can finally everyone come back together from which we were once separated, right? This kind of atmosphere.
And to add on to that, that's precisely what our club does. It's the overarching goal. So I think to not be very political about it, we're not even talking about political unification as the club's immediate goal. We're talking about unification amongst individuals, because people who were originally from North Korea can get along with people who are from South Korea, as well as people from very liberal places like Portland, or from relatively conservative places like Texas. So that's what the club is about. It's about unification on a micro level, and that theme remains to this day, regardless of whether we meet in person or online because of COVID. If I were to talk about slightly more broader goals, I would say, even though our club activities don't contribute to like friendlier relations between the North and South Korean governments, like cultivating that cultural background or placing that cultural cornerstone, let's say, before political unification is very important, right? Political unification will be a disaster if we don't have a common sense of identity as Koreans, and if we don't consider ourselves to be one culturally. So I think our club is facilitating that cultural cornerstone as well. As long as you're not a terrible person, you can join our club. I think that's a good way of putting it. Everyone is welcome. Doesn't matter what political view you hold. As we said, we're not a overtly political club or anything like that. We're not like a club that has unification as a major, direct, immediate political goal or anything like that. So like, regardless of what you think about unification, like, you can join our club because our club doesn't push you in either direction. You can hold your views, and no one's gonna lambast you for holding a particular point of view.
Yeah, as long as you're not a bad person. Because, like, once again, there's people from all different kinds of backgrounds. So I think you have to have, like, a little bit of cultural awareness, right? The ability to, like, look at someone's experiences and respect it. And not be like, oh my god, you came from North Korea. Like,
oh god.
You should be, like, respectful about,
People who will be absolutely well suited to our club are people who are interested in North Korea in general.
Oh, yeah,
because, our club is about North Korea. Regardless of whether it's political or not, we talk about things related to North Korea in a very casual but also sometimes academic setting.
Mm-hmm. So
but then it doesn't have to be like purely like IR North Korea or anything like that, because our talking points range from very academic, like international relations things, to culture, to even how North Korea is portrayed in media, let's say. So we do a lot of very interesting things across the full spectrum of North Korea related activities. So anyone who's interested in North Korea at all is very welcome to join.
And one important point that it might be good to make is that you should have like at least a base understanding of Korean. Our club is not conducted in English, even though like we happen to speak English. Like even if your Korean's bad, you can still find a place there, but it definitely helps for communication because, you know, a lot of the members actually like don't speak English.
So we had our first club session on the 11th of March, so that opportunity for people who want to join has already passed, but we don't have a recruiting period during which people can apply because we accept applicants all the time, and we don't have like interviews or forms that you have to hand in. If you want to be in our club, you can be in our club. The barrier to entry is very, very low.
Yeah.
So you can apply whenever you want. Our sessions are held via Zoom on Thursday at 6 p.m. So if you're free at that time and want to just hang out via Zoom, you can. It's very simple. Just send me a line via text. So you'll see my number on like posters and stuff online or around campus. Send me a line and you should be able to join the club, no problem.